kitchen. So I'm so glad you're joining us. Let us know in the comments that you can hear us okay, see us and everything. We are going to be making two tasty dishes, but the key here is we're talking about Dillon's awesome sauces and dressings. So I'm really excited to be sharing these amazing products with you because they add so much convenience and flavor to our lifestyle, whole food, plant-based. As I said in one of my emails today, this is basically what we've been dreaming about, and Dillon's made it happen, having a little more convenience. So, yeah, let's see. I'm not seeing any comments just yet, but I know there's a delay, so let's see. All right, there we go. Awesome. So Dillon, what are we going to be making today?
We are making two things. I see us live now on the YouTubes. We're going to be making a broccoli salad. I have my earrings in that I don't have to wear lately, but so that I don't echo, your voice doesn't echo. We're in better shape now. So please enjoy my earrings. We're making a broccoli salad with my sweet mustard dressing, and we're making a stuffed bell peppers with my sweet heat salad dressing. See, it's more than just a salad dressing. It is a stuffed pepper mix too.
Ooh.
So we're going to do those two things, and
Awesome.
We can talk along the way.
Yes. Before we get started
I can talk
with
and
that,
cook at the same time. Go ahead.
tell people a little bit about you. Like, who's this random, handsome, funny dude on the show today?
Wow.
We first met in 2017 at True North Health Center. You were a patient. I don't know specifically what you were there for, if it was just a cleanse or something specific, and whether you want to share anything about your journey, how you got started in eating this way. And yeah, let's start there.
Okay. Yeah, we did meet at True North. I started eating healthy. I didn't have any kind of health issue that led me down this path. I did it sort of in solidarity at first with my mom, but I was as into it as she was because she had high cholesterol. And I was reading all the books and watching all these YouTube videos with all of our favorite doctors, and I thought, I should go to True North and just do this and see what happens. I'm like, I talk about all this water fasting. You've got gold hammers on these videos all the time. I'm like, I should just go do it, see what happens. So I did it. And that's where I met you doing a cooking demo. And I did a 7-day fast, and it was, for me, it was nothing to it. I already ate healthy, so it's not like I had any kind of adverse effects of fasting that some people would if they were in bad shape. So it
Did
was,
that take
but
you
it
to
was
the
a
next
hell of
level?
a change with the, pardon?
Did that take you to the next level with the wholesomeness of avoiding the sugar, oil, and salt, or where were you?
I'm still not totally SOS-free in that I'll do a little bit of salt on the food at the table, McDougall style.
Yeah.
But like, I was already by that time as SOS-free as I am now, which is usually completely whole food, oil-free for sure, other than the odd going out, here or there or something. And but my day-to-day diet was already as clean as it is now. So it didn't really change anything. It locked in what I believed to be true based on what the doctors were saying. So now I could experience it for myself and prove that it really is legit, and which was nice because I'm pretty sciencey like that. I like to run these experiments on my own body. And so that was cool. And yeah,
So
that's my
when
True North story.
went home, or maybe before that this idea was born, but it sounded like sometime afterwards you wanted the convenience of these sauces, packaged sauces for yourself, and decided since it wasn't out there, you'd make it available for everyone else.
Yeah, I was always thinking, how could I make this my full-time job? Eventually I'm going to have to sell something, because at the time I met you, I'd been making videos on YouTube for 6-8 months or something, and I was still doing my main job at the time, which was solar. installing solar systems on homes and buildings and stuff. And I didn't want to keep doing that. And so I was looking for ways that I could take it to the next level, and I would just think, well, what's nobody doing, and what is it that would help, that I do for myself that would help others? And so my first product was this cheese sauce mix, which was just dry, nutritional yeast, potato flakes, spices, whatever, and you could just add water, add nuts if you want. You could add miso if you do salt, and you could make a cheese sauce really fast. And so that was my first thing, because I was eating cheese sauce with all kind of mac and cheese, whatever, all the time. And so I start mixing it up in this food grade mixer in my basement, and people start buying it. By now I have, I don't know, maybe 20,000 people on YouTube, and so it was and our Facebook group was booming, in the Well Your World Facebook group, which is kind of like a support group for people that eat like us. We do little challenges. We were just talking on my live hangout before this about this 4th of July challenge we're doing. But anyway, it started out with trying to make something that I thought would be helpful, and it turns out other people thought so too, and then that evolved into making bottled sauces.
So tell me about
that are
the
totally
sauces a little bit.
SOS-free.
Yeah. Tell me more about what's included. What are the ingredients like?
In these sauces, it's all whole food ingredients. So this has got the sweet heat, for example. Instead of sweetening, most of your store-bought salad dressings, not only do they taste really artificial, because like the fat-free ones have all kinds of chemicals in them to try to make them seem like they're not fat-free and sugar-free. And these actually have no oil, obviously, and I sweeten them with dates and figs and raisins, depending on the product.
Right.
And this one is a tomato-based salad dressing with chipotle, with a little bit of habanero. It's not too spicy, but it's got a little bit of a kick. And I sweetened this one with dates. It's got some apple cider vinegar, garlic, onion, stuff like that.
Which one was that?
Sweet mustard, same idea. Sorry?
Which one was the one with the habanero?
This is the sweet heat salad dressing. I sent Katie Mae these dressings, and she's probably going to get them right now. Today it said it was expected delivery. I was hoping you'd get them before, and you could have tried them, but
I'll tell you, I've had the ketchup and the sriracha and a couple, the barbecue, and I've reordered all of those, so they're fantastic. Can't wait for
Well, I sent you some of those too.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first 5 that I came out with was a ketchup, a barbecue, the sriracha, so a hot sauce, and then I had an Asian sauce and an Indian sauce that are like a stir-fry kind of a sauce. Steam some frozen veggies, throw it on a starch, pour on some sauce, boom, meal.
Yeah.
And so just really fast ways to eat.
Yeah, show us, let's just get started and show us how you do that with a couple of these dishes today.
So I've got a book. Katie Mae's got a link that we made. So if you go to wellyourworld.com/chef Katie Mae, you'll see a few different options there that you can choose from. And so I'm sure Katie will send you that link. But it's very. We made it so it's easy to remember. wellyourworld.com/chef Katie Mae, and you'll see our 2 mug shots on there. And then below that are some links. There's a link to go buy sauces. There's a link to the YouTube channel, the Facebook group. And there's a link to a little ebook that we made that's got 15 or 20 recipes using these sauces. These 2 we're doing today, I've never made before. We just invented these a few hours ago. And so we'll add these to the book as well. I'll send Katie the recipes so she can do whatever she'd like with them. But let's jump in, okay? Very simple stuff. We'll start with our peppers, and I'm actually going to do these in the Instant Pot, which we tried out right before this, and it worked really well. So it's very, very simple. I don't know how we're going to fill in. We're going to have to talk more because these recipes are just going to be so fast. I've got 1 can of black beans. I've got some brown rice that I've already cooked up, ready to go. If you mass cook your brown rice, you've got it all ready to go for the week or something. This is even easier because you don't have to actually cook any rice. I don't really do recipes much. I struggle to take the things I make and turn them into recipes for the people that freaking love recipes. But most of what I do is just winging it. I figure out the flavors that I like, the foods I like, and I just throw it together. There's really no measuring happening. But I've got 1 can of black beans, and then I'm just going to throw in about more or less of rice, maybe a little bit more rice than beans, whatever. And then let's maybe chop up, well, we could throw in a little broccoli with this. So I've got some crowns. I'm going to make a broccoli salad. So I've got just a bit of broccoli. Simple. We'll just chop up a little bit of this broccoli so that we've got a little bit of varied something going on. And I'll just rough chop this. You do not need to be anything fancy with your knife to do these kinds of recipes. You know that. You are Chef Katie May. Nothing she does is amazingly fancy on purpose, right?
Right. It's totally
You do some fancy
totally
stuff.
doable.
I've seen your books.
But
some of your stuff is fancy.
Because I'd like to think that to sustain this lifestyle, we want some dishes that are just as good if you were to go out to eat. Something a little bit fancier to keep us from going out to eat. But generally, what I eat, breakfast, lunch, and dinners, all just like you're cooking.
Ooh.
Super simple, no recipes.
I just hit my finger scooping up the...
No
I don't
blood,
think
huh?
I drew blood. We'll see. Okay. So that's what I did. Simple broccoli, beans, and rice. And now I'll chop a little bit of cilantro. Got some fresh cilantro. You could just put this on at the end if you don't even want to have to go to the trouble. But I'm just going to chop a little bit of cilantro, mix it in with this. Boom. Ready to go. And now I'm going, what am I doing on this one? Not the sweet mustard, that's for over here. And we'll take the sweet heat and just give it a shake and dump it on. This dressing is so good. Go ahead, Kate.
So what's the difference between the sauces and dressings generally? When people are trying to decide what to buy.
The only, not a lot. I mean, the salad dressings are a bit sweeter. I'll use this spoon to stir us along here. The salad dressings are sweeter. I probably made way more filling than I actually need for just 3 bell peppers. But the salad dressings are a little sweeter. I kind of designed them to go on. This bottle wasn't full. I'm not using a full entire bottle on this. There. We'll come up with some measurements that'll, for anybody who's really hung up on exact recipe items.
I tell people they can always adjust to taste anyways. When you're following recipes, you modify them to what you want and what you have on hand. So, good. Some people want more sauce than others and vice versa.
I need a little more, so I'm opening another bottle here. Yeah, I agree. And these sauces, but to answer your question, I mean, they're good for salad, but they're great for dipping. The sweet mustard and the sweet heat are 2 of my favorites for dipping fries.
Yeah, French fries, baked fries.
They're great, but so I use them kind of like I would use the ketchup or the barbecue in that sense. And but they're they can be used for anything. I call them salad dressing. The other 2, I mean, obviously you know how to use ketchup, barbecue sauce, and sriracha. And the Indian and Asian, I kind of use like this. I actually used to use the Indian and the Asian as a salad dressing before I had come out with these salad dressings. So they're pretty versatile. You can use them for whatever.
Now I know these sauces and dressings are fat-free, no nuts or coconut added. Can you talk to that? Speak to that?
Yeah, none of them have. So none of them obviously have any added salt, oil, or sugar, and I also don't have any nuts in any of them. So I've made them work for everybody. And if you want things salty, you can always sprinkle on some salt. If you want it sweet, well, I think they're plenty sweet. Replacing sweetness with whole dates and figs and raisins is pretty easy. The sugar wasn't the hard part. The sugar, it's obviously more expensive to make sauces that are sweetened with whole fruit instead of table sugar. But flavor-wise, it's pretty easy to replicate the sweetness part of the equation.
So if someone wants to do a little bit of fat, if they want a little bit of nuts or seeds or even coconut or avocado with them, how would you recommend going about that? Would you cook the dish
Well,
first, then add it, or would you blend the sauce with the nuts?
I wouldn't bother blending, but like I'm gonna make this broccoli salad and it's got some walnuts in there. I would just make a salad that if you like a little bit of slivered almonds or something like that, then simple. Just go ahead and make a salad that's got some nuts on it. But I wouldn't go to the trouble probably of like blending nuts in with the dressings or anything. I don't think you're gonna find that it's missing any kind of flavor for that. So, but if you want a little bit of fat with your salad, that's simple. Just add it.
I agree. And you can get more
So
variety
you'll
that
see
way
me do
too.
that.
Adding in more seeds.
So for this, sorry, you keep
No, go
talking,
ahead.
but I was just going to show you for this. I'm just using the steamer basket and the Instant Pot. So you can make these on the stove. If you don't have an Instant Pot, I usually will prep the peppers like this, take the top off, pull the guts out, and then I'll blanch them in boiling water for a couple of minutes, because usually in the oven they're not quite soft enough. I like to cut them with my fork. But the Instant Pot, you don't have to worry about any of that. You can just stuff them, put them in here. I've just got like a half inch of water down here, and we're going to put them in for 15 minutes. And I have a batch that I pre-made so that we're not waiting around for it. But it's pretty fast. And the texture was awesome. It was like perfect, soft, perfect bell peppers out of the Instant Pot. I was really happy with that. This was the first time I did it that way. It was today. So pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
I'm
Reed will
excited
come
to
out.
try
My
this.
girlfriend will come out. She helped me design these recipes today, and we'll taste them at the end.
So I
What were you
have,
gonna
if
say?
anyone wants another mixture to go in their stuffed peppers, I have one on my site, but it's roasted
nice.
in the oven. So that's something I'll be trying in the Instant Pot too. It's so
Yeah,
easy.
give it a shot. It works well. This is the 6 quart. I could probably fit a 4th one in here, but I just prepped 3. So boom, close it up, turn it on, 15 minutes. You can put the little lids back on of the peppers if you want to, get all cute about it. I'm not even going to turn this thing on right now because Reeves will bring us out the done ones when she comes out. So we don't have to listen to this thing drain off steam for 15 minutes straight. The Instant Pot's supposed to be fast. I'm just kidding. It is fast.
So someone asked about the sauces. How long do they last? Dressing, sauces.
They last like any condiment in the fridge. They're totally shelf stable. So like if you go through a bottle of something in a couple weeks or a couple months, I don't know. But it depends like how often they're out of the fridge, how often they're open, stuff like that. So you can't really say once they're open how long they last. When unopened, it's a 2-year shelf life, so that's easy. But
So what's the, can you
it's
speak,
like any other condiment you might be used to.
when people are doing sauces and dressings at home, what's the difference between your packaged sauces and them doing it at home? Obviously, there's the benefit if they don't have to make it, but about them lasting longer. It seems like when you make them at home, they don't last quite as long as your bottles.
Well, there are a lot of food processing tricks you got to get right. Like you got to get the pH right for it to be shelf stable. So by adding vinegar or whatever, a lot of time, I mean, if you're making it at home, you're not measuring that, so you don't know what your pH is and whether it can sit a long time in the fridge without growing something. So and then the way that they're processed in the bottles is, so that they have like a 2-year shelf life without being opened, is making sure that they're cooked at a certain temperature for a certain amount of time. All these considerations that go into making a packaged shelf stable. It was not easy to figure all that out.
You've done all that work for us, so it's pretty awesome. Highly recommend these products.
Good. I'm glad you like them. So this broccoli salad is super simple. I have not done the broccoli salad with my sweet mustard dressing, but somebody in my show an hour ago said they have, and it was really good. So I guess we guessed right. So ask me something else. All I'm doing right now is chopping broccoli, whatever bite-sized little piece, kind of like the same as I did it for the peppers. Pretty small. I'm not leaving them in like whole big florets. I like it pretty well chopped up so we can mix it all up.
How are you cooking this, or are you cooking the salad? Is it going to be raw broccoli?
I do this one raw. You could, if you prefer it blanched a little, you could definitely take your chunks of broccoli like this before you chop them and blanch them for a minute. If you prefer it like that, a little bit softer. But this with I've done this with a creamy dressing, like a white dressing, and it was really good raw. I liked it. So that's what we're doing this time too.
Awesome. And this is a great salad for the 4th too. Instead of like a typical potato salad that everyone's going to be, bringing if you're actually getting to go to a gathering with family. Broccoli salad is an excellent alternative.
Yeah, and it keeps well. This is one of those good salads. If you do a lot of food prep, broccoli salad is going to last a lot longer in the fridge than something that's leafy greens that you might want to use for your lunches all week or something like that. I mean, who goes to work anymore? But so I like handy stuff. I'm trying to eat more salads.
Well, let's see if anyone has questions about these, his products or these recipes. Let us know in the comments. What's your best-selling products? What do you think are those that go the fastest?
The most popular, probably the 5 salad dressings have been the most popular. It seems like people really needed salad dressings, but they sell surprisingly evenly. Honestly, more people are afraid of the hot sauce. I can tell you that the sriracha sells a little bit less just because people are wimps. But the most popular
would be
one
of the populars.
The sriracha is so good. I'm surprised it's not my most popular, but it's just because not everybody likes hot sauce. But the sweet mustard and the sweet heat and the Italian are my top 3 probably of the salad dressings. But it change every month. It's different, so people just try some out because I do free shipping to the USA on $50. So lots of people, if they haven't ordered before, they'll just order 5, get the free shipping, and they'll come back and do the other 5. So it's all over the place. But yeah.
Great. I'm going to show them your page. If I can. Skip
all right.
to.
I think that's plenty of broccoli.
Google Chrome. Let's see.
You're showing off the website?
Trying to.
Yeah, it's super simple to navigate. Like I said, use Katie's link, and you got buttons that'll take you right to where you need to go. I'm also doing a free month to anybody watching who's interested in a free month of my cooking show. Twice a month we go live on a Saturday, and we cook like 3-4 recipes in this kind of a setting. All hanging out in the chat box, having a good time. Reeves is here fielding questions since I can't really read the chat box while I'm cooking. And anybody who's a member gets 10% off of anything that they order in the store. So you can sign up for a free trial, and you can get 10% off once you're signed up. So here's the broccoli. I've got, whatever amount of broccoli. That's like 2-3 cups, looks like, chopped. I've got let's say a half a cup of dried cranberries. See if you can find cranberries that don't have the added sugar and oil on them, which is for whatever reason hard. And then I've got a little bit of walnuts. This is about a half a cup of walnuts. You can break them up. These are like the pieces, with the halves and the chunks. And you can bust them up and throw in some walnuts. I usually just break them in my hands. And that's probably a half cup of walnuts. And then let's chop a little bit of red onion, and then we'll throw in we got grapes too. I usually half some grapes and throw them in, so let's just chop a few grapes, and that'll go with it. So it's a fruity, savory salad. Okay.
Yeah.
What else do you want to know?
Fruits added to the salad make all the difference. Because you want to balance the bitterness of the greens. So it's like the best way to make, even if you're just using vinegar as your dressing, to add in some fresh fruit or tomatoes. Someone asked about this habanero dressing. Was that the sweet heat that has a little bit of habanero in it?
Yes, it was.
And what about a ranch dressing? I have a recipe for ranch dressing. I'm wondering if you could, test it out, test the pH, cook it down if it needs to be, and package that up.
I've been wanting to since the start. That was a highly requested one. So I do need to work on a ranch. The only thing beans, anything starchy is really hard to do. So the creaminess, I'm thinking of doing it with like hemp hearts or something like that. So it would be a little bit higher in fat compared to the others. But you can't really do beans very well because it messes with the pH. So I don't know. I have to experiment more.
Would you be open to making one with nuts? Saying that most of yours are nut-free for people, but the people that do want it.
In the facility where I package them, I can't use any kind of tree nuts for the allergy reasons. They keep it real clean in there. So I won't do straight up nuts, but I can do like the hemp seeds, for example, which
hemp seeds are an excellent alternative to cashews, and
they're good for dressings. What's in yours, the one you make?
Probably it's cashews, but if people want to substitute hemp seeds or nuts, they can. But it's creamy.
So, yes, I've gotten a lot of requests for that. I've gotten a lot of requests for a Caesar type of dressing. So, it's just a matter of time. I've got a Well Your World non-fortified nutritional yeast that's going to be coming out here in the next less than 2 months, hopefully.
Do you say non-fortified?
Yes.
Awesome.
And then that's what's going to go into my cheese sauce and mushroom gravy. This is like...
I was going to ask, what's happened to the cheese sauce? I don't see it on the website.
I sold out, and I'm switching to the other type of nutritional yeast, and I'm going from I used to sell it in a bag that made like a gallon, so not that a gallon's worth, and I'm going to do something that's like half the size in these like containers here. Let me show you. In these kind of cylinder plastic containers, so you don't have to worry about a bag. You could shake this up and then scoop out what you want, and it'll be a little bit more user-friendly. So I'm working on that. I'm working on a dried up date powder, a powdered date that you can use for putting on your oatmeal, things like that, so that you're not using straight up maple syrup and whatnot. So that'll be cool. I'm working on the nooch, the gravy, I'm working on a pancake mix, an oat pancake mix where you just add soy milk.
Yeah.
And you can make a dozen pancakes, lickety split.
So would you put in the, since you're making the date paste or date powder, I normally put a few dates into my pancake mix. Would you add in your date powder into the oat flour to make that mixture? Or do you have any other?
Yes, I would, doctor. I would, and it's going to be like a banana pancake with a little bit of vanilla powder in there. And so yes, it will have the date. It will have the date powder. It's not like any of the date sugars that I've seen on the store shelves. I've been trying them to compare, and mine is a lot better. I'm excited to say it is a really light colored date. It's just it dissolves a little better. I mean, the date powder has fiber, so it's not going to dissolve, but it is going to dissolve better than some of these other ones I've seen. Like I've had some of these have a really burnt taste. This is like a really smooth, nice one. So I'm working on that. I'm also working on a marinara, like a pasta sauce. 2 kinds, one with mushrooms and basil, one with more plain, not spicy at all for the people that want it to be completely mild.
The Engine 2 diet, spicy, like kale firehouse pasta sauce. Have you had that?
I have not had that one.
It is so spicy.
I'll have to try it.
It's not even edible if you use only that sauce. You have to mix it. So
it's
I'm glad
spicy?
to hear. Oh, it's firehouse, but you would have no idea that it literally means like mouth on fire. But I guess it's, Rip probably likes his spice. So can't wait for these products. Is any coming soon?
Well, the marinara could be. I would say I should have the marinara out in less than 2 months. So that's coming pretty soon.
Good.
The salsa I'm still working on. Like the marinara, I have the recipe pretty much done. The salsa, I'm still working on the recipe. Salsas are hard because you could just do so many different flavors, and I just need to focus on just the one. This salad came out really nice, by the way.
It looks great.
I'm pretty happy with that.
This dressing is the sweet mustard dressing, Phoebe. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, that's going to work well. So this was my first time having it. I was kind of didn't know how it would end up, but it worked. I haven't tasted it. It could taste terrible.
No,
we'll
give
find
us
out.
Let's see the tasting.
Let's do the tasting. Well, Reeves, I don't know if the peppers are going to be done. Reeves, you could come out with the peppers whenever you're ready. If you copy us, I see her in the chat box. She said, "I met Rip once."
Oh.
I didn't meet Rip. I haven't met him. Have you met him?
Yes, a long time when I first started this lifestyle. I wish I got more photos and videos with all the people I've met. Just so many people doing great work in this world, and it's so hard to stay connected for an introvert like myself. But there's a lot happening, and you're just one of these amazing cooks who are doing the plant-based lifestyle, but also SOS-free or low SOS, and adding salt just at the table, like McDougall's preach. So if anyone is interested in learning, taking their cooking skills further, I know you join my show. We do a weekly show, but if you're going to continue with this lifestyle, the more education you can get in the kitchen, I think the better your kitchen fitness will be. I talk about kitchen fitness so we can make it easy to be cooking this way. Dillon's show, what is it, a membership you call it? So you can join these weekly shows and actually be live and get your questions answered in the moment. And they're a lot of fun.
It is fun. The community, it's all about the community. Come on in, Reeves. This is Rebecca. For anybody watching that doesn't know her.
Hey, Rebecca.
I must say it's the first time I've ever used my Instant Pot in my bedroom.
We're like, we better pre-cook them, but what are we gonna do? It's gonna be hissing out steam. Like, we'll take it to the bedroom. I'll come out. I'll bring them out when I come.
I used to run I had a.
Look at that.
Just gonna say I've done the Instant Pot in the bathroom before, so don't feel bad. But that's a great thing.
Okay.
So how'd they turn out?
Pretty good. Let's burn my hands. Better put something down under this. Protect my board. Look at those 3 peppers. They came out perfect, nice and soft. Oh yeah.
That was my problem with making them in the oven. I was never able to get them soft enough.
I know. Like I'd have to blanch them. It was a 2-step process. I never thought this was your idea, hey? To do them in the Instant Pot.
Because I know you did on the Well Your Weekend cooking show. You did stuffed peppers, and I remember you blanched them beforehand.
Which does work quite well.
Yeah.
So.
If you don't have an Instant Pot. Was that an actual Instant Pot? It looked. It was a different model if it was one.
We have a couple of different Instant Pots. We have the actual Instant Pot 6 and the 8-quart, and then I have this little 4-quart one, which I'll make, and I'll make a Dillon-sized single-person meal in the 4-quart and crush it in one sitting. So I do use my little 4-quart off-brand one. It's like a Go Wise or something, some Amazon thing. It was back. I bought that. I had that way before I even started eating healthy. So
you were doing chicken in it and things like that?
Say that again?
Did you make chicken in it? What were you doing before?
No, I was already vegan. I just wasn't healthy vegan. So I don't know what I was using it for. But I've had to take this thing apart. The cord all pulled out. I've done some surgery on this. I used my electrical engineering skills to keep this thing alive. Watch, it burns down the house next week. So, salad, madame?
Sure.
Right.
Yes.
Look at these. So nice. A little bit of broccoli salad. Looking good.
So when you plate your meals, kind of off topic, on topic, when you plate your meals, what's your ratio? And I wonder if it changes between you two, but of starches to non-veg.
You can't actually hear her. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Hold on, let me go back to audio.
Oh, Reeves can't hear me.
Here, put this in. That way it won't echo. Okay, sorry, Katie. Can you ask your question one more time?
Asking about, as you're plating these meals, to give people who might not already be comfortable with their own plating, what you do as far as starches versus not the vegetables, non-starchy vegetables. Is there a ratio?
No. I would say the simple answer is there's no ratio. I just I just eat until I'm full. I will put usually whatever relatively equal portion of all the things I might be making for that meal. Then I will crush them quickly, and I'll refill it at least 2 times. And that's kind of how it goes. So no, I don't pay much attention to the ratio thing. If people are doing like food sequencing, they want to eat the non-starchy stuff first, get full on the non-starchy, and then go on to the starchy stuff because it's more calorie dense because they're trying to lose weight. Yeah, I talk about that stuff, but mostly I'm just trying to help people that want to eat the right food, and then if they have a specific weight loss goal, then by all means you can play with some of the little tips and tricks,
I like the plating it like you have, somewhat small compared to what we can eat, and then you're going back for seconds. It feels good to be able to go back and.
What do you think? Should we try it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. There's a little bit of freezing. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm not sure. Might be on your end. It doesn't sound like anyone else has mentioned it. But what about these 2 dishes you just made? Would you have suggestions? They look like they taste amazing. You're just judging by your reaction.
The mustard really worked well. It's super good. I love that. We're going to be making this salad again.
What other dressing, if people have some of your dressings, maybe they don't have the sweet mustard or the sweet heat one, which other ones would go good in place of those?
Ooh.
I think all of them.
So for the stuffed peppers, probably the Indian and the Asian for sure.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But you could definitely do barbecue too.
Yeah, we've done barbecue. We've done a salad like this. We did like a cowboy caviar style with barbecue sauce that was really good. With cilantro and beans and corn. But I think that the balsamic vinaigrette salad dressing would work really well in this salad.
Yeah.
Any of them. The sauces are very interchangeable, I would say. So, yeah,
Awesome.
The sky's the limit.
Sounds so good.
Let's try these peppers. Oh, they melt in the fork.
That's how I like the pepper.
They're still hot, by the way.
So now that you guys have these sauces and dressings, do you ever make things, aside from just testing out new products, do you make things from scratch? Or are you always using your sauces and dressings?
Oh no, we usually use them if we're going fast and doing something like that. But no, lots of cooking that doesn't include the sauces. It's just scratch cooking. Like I say, all the cooking is just so simple.
We try a lot of your future products out.
Yeah.
That's the majority of our diet.
That's true. That's a good point. I made like 200 pancakes this week. It was intense. Just trying to get the recipe right. And because I'm trying to use, you gotta put baking powder in, but all the regular baking powder is totally salt. So I've been working with all these SOS-free baking powders and figuring out which works.
Do you have a favorite?
And I've got it solved.
Do you have one that you'd recommend for people looking for a salt-free baking powder? Since
Yeah.
you've tried some.
Well, this is the one that I'm going to use in my pancake mix. There's no reason to make it a secret. I didn't invent baking powder, so why try to take credit? Here's the energy. You know the energy they make that egg replacer
Yes,
that I
I've
don't
seen that.
use? And so they make a baking powder that is no added sodium, and it also doesn't have the potassium for anybody. I talked to the owner during this process, and he said that their products were designed for people that are like dialysis, kidney type patients. So that's why they're so clean. And well, they work for us too. So this is what I've been playing with, and it works really well in my recipe. So I've been happy with that.
Cool. What about freezing these sauces? If someone maybe opened it and then had to go traveling or wasn't going to be home, have you guys experimented with that at all?
Take it with you.
I was going to ask about that too.
Freeze them.
Traveling. So if you, even eating out at
have you ever
restaurants.
frozen a bottle of ketchup before? I can't say I've ever done that. So.
Not a bottle of ketchup, but I've frozen my own ketchup. I recommend people, if they do want to make larger batches, because with sauces you can just blend it up again, or put it on the stovetop, or they're easy to get to a soft consistency again. What about, do you have I would guess that people take your sauces or dressings to restaurants when they're eating out and don't want to use the oil
Oh.
dressings that they
You certainly could. I don't know if I saw somebody saying there was an echo, so maybe my microphone was coming out of my ears before, and it was going through that one. Maybe my audio is better now.
I didn't catch an echo, but
Okay.
When sweet tomatoes used to exist, that was a big thing that we used to do, is take the dressings in my little backpack.
Yeah, we used to sneak in sriracha, maybe a whole avocado, and the salad dressings. But no, I don't think it would be weird at all if somebody took them to a restaurant,
Yeah.
because
you can
nothing they're
even pour
going
them
to give you
into
is going
a
to be
little
very
container.
edible.
You know, just like a single serving or something.
Yeah, you could put them in a little bottle. I mean, we used to put my sriracha into a little
A travel container.
travel bottle, like a shampoo bottle,
Yeah, and squirted it on potatoes in the airport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
just so you could get through the scanner,
I'm telling
and it worked pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not afraid of it. It's better than what I used to do, which was have to go to all the junk food restaurants in the terminal and steal all their hot sauce packets. You know, there's a bit of shame that comes with that. That now I've avoided it entirely, so I feel better about myself.
you. Good. Just so you know, there is a little bit of echo apparently on your side. Some people are saying. I don't hear it personally, so I'm not sure.
Well, I haven't done this on Skype before, so
Yeah, this is.
we may not have it solved. I don't know, but it sounds normal to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, and as far as I can tell, it was good until just recently, so I'm not sure. But
Sorry, Al.
at least we got the recipes done. People see it. If you guys want to buy any of these awesome dressing sauces, check out the link I've shared in the comments. I'll share it again. And you will get a couple, if you go to this link, there's different things offered here. The link to the dressings and sauces, but also Dillon's live cooking show. You can actually get a 30-day free trial to his membership program, where you get to join these cooking shows that are for members only, right?
Yes.
And then
We'd love to have you join us.
Yeah, your support group too, the Facebook group, which is
Mm-hmm.
awesome, very active, and aside from Facebook doing a little bit of censoring, it's a great
Right.
place to hang out and get more support, get your questions answered. Do you do your live videos in the Facebook group, or is it somewhere else? Like if people want to join but they're not on Facebook, can
It's
they?
on YouTube, so you don't have to be on Facebook to do the live cooking show.
Awesome.
So you don't even need a YouTube account technically, unless you want to chat, you know?
Right.
So,
Perfect.
Yeah, it's kind of just like this. Everyone's just hanging out, chatting, and
Yeah.
if anyone asks something, then I'll read it out loud, and we usually have a really fun time.
it's pretty fun. I love it. It's our favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
Favorite thing ever.
So,
It's
well,
Dylan,
sorry
you'll have
about
to
the
do
echoing, y'all. I don't know why it's whatever. We'll have to. If we do this again, we'll test it out for more. But this is not. Shouldn't be the reason, because I'm just hearing you through these. Anyway,
Yeah,
the
we'll get it.
internet.
We'll get it worked out. I'm thinking we should work towards when there's reopening with more gatherings and everything. We need more hands-on classes, more physical, in-person connection. So
Yeah.
the extravaganza at True North isn't happening anymore. We need a different way to come together and celebrate around food rather than just going out to the restaurants and everything. But being able to connect with people in person, like you said about the community, is so important.
Mhm.
So because that's not happening right now, these cooking shows are a great place to do that too, having that community. So it's been so good to connect with you guys. And Reeves, meeting you for the first time. Glad you were here. And people will definitely have to try these recipes out. As he showed, it's so easy to do, right? You don't even need the recipe. You just follow basically putting all those ingredients together. What was the timing again on the Instant Pot for people? What'd you do?
15.
15 minutes?
Mhm.
15.
Awesome. And then that was probably a
Cool.
manual release?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. Well, we hope to see you on the show, and thanks for having me, Katie May.
Yeah, thanks for
See
joining
you
us.
again soon.
Bye, everyone.
Let me know when you get your sauces. I hope you like them.
I will. All right. Peace out.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.